Hey guys, how's it going? Harris Photography 52 here, and I just wanted to let you know, went down to World Cup and I actually got to shoot with a different lens than I normally shoot with. I got to shoot with the Canon RF 100 to 400. So I saw this lens online. Right now it's retailing for about 500, but it's a little bit different than what I normally shoot with. I usually shoot with my 70 to 200, 2.8 f-stop, and that's the generation 3 from the EF series lens. So usually I have to use an adapter when I'm shooting with my Canon mirrorless RP, but I actually wanted to get a lens that was probably like a little more compatible, something that gave me a little bit more reach for those field shots. And again, this lens delivered. Now, what I like about this lens is, like I said, I have the reach. I got some pretty decent clarity. I do take a little bit of a sacrifice with the f-stop because again, this is a 5.6 to an 8 f-stop. And also what's different than the EF lens that I normally use, this one has an external zoom. So when I zoom out, I am a little bit more likely to get hit with paint, and my fear is getting paint trapped in here and then ultimately probably ruining the lens. But luckily I didn't get shot too much. I used the lens hood. I also used the Shark Tank waterproof shield for it. So it helped out a lot. I didn't have any issues with that. So I got over my phobia. Um, Definitely what I liked about it, and I'll show you a couple examples of what I've shot during World Cup, is the images were fairly clear. This really wasn't a lens for like overcast or dim conditions, but when the light was out, I mean, I really didn't see too much of a difference from my 2.8 f-stop 70 to 200 lens that I normally use. So this lens for, I would say, 500 bucks, honestly, between like traveling, having gear insurance, and then being worried that this might break, I bought this lens thinking it would be like a travel lens and like a solution for not having to carry the big boy, the EF. But you know what? This honestly wasn't too bad. I would not hesitate using this lens either if I was on vacation or if I was shooting another paintball event. So I just wanted to say, Canon, good job. I'm very impressed with the mirrorless series. I'm very impressed with the ISO capability that, let's say you add ISO and it doesn't completely grain out your shot. There still is a decent amount of correction you could do with the post-production. I use Adobe Lightroom, but overall, I'm very impressed. So you will be seeing me with this out there in the field. Only thing is I do wish it had a tripod ring. So if I wanted to shoot video, I do wish there was a way to mount it to this, but I guess they kind of reserved that for the EF lens. One more thing I wanted to mention too is this lens is very light. Like weight-wise, I'd have to probably put it on the scale, but if you've ever held the EF 70 to 200, f4 or the 2.8, it's got some weight to it. It also has a tripod ring, and when you're taking shots, it gets kind of tiring balancing it out on the camera. This one kind of feels as light as my, I would say, 24 to 105 f4 RF lens that I use. So what I'm saying is, granted for the advantage of weight and then also for the focal length, this one I think is a really good bargain for the price point that it's at. And again, when I'm shooting on the field, I'll usually have a UV filter on here. And that's just in case I do happen to take an impact. That'll actually save kind of like the lens itself. And then also I have a lens hood on there too as well to kind of block out light. So just wanted to show that to you guys that, hey, this 100 to 400 RF gets done. Do not take this lens lightly. It is a great competitor, okay? Thank you very much. You guys take care.